Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Michelle Kane, and if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. So, for today's video, I'm going to be turning this aquarium here that I picked up for $35 from Salvos, the full kit. I'm going to be turning it into a terrarium. Why am I doing this? Because I'm trying to downsize the amount of aquariums I have. And sadly the fish that was in here was very sick. That's why I bought the tank in the first place, so she was isolated in her own space. And sadly she passed away when I was on holidays. So now that it's empty, and to prevent the temptation of putting anything else in there, I'm going to be turning it into a terrarium. So see how this goes. So the first step is, firstly I need to disassemble this aquarium. So for this, I'm going to be leaving the light and the gravel. The light's actually built in, so I don't have a choice in that anyway. But the gravel I'm going to use to make a false bottom for the terrarium. So what I need to do is disconnect the filter and the heater, remove them, drain the tank, remove the plants, and I'll be putting those into other aquariums. And then I can actually get started. Nobody tell Joel I'm using his desk. Sorry, Joel. Sorry, my nan's come over to stay and Dad took her on a tour to see what my animals just then. That's why the sound is either cut out or you can hear people talking. So I'm just sticking all this wisteria in the tank beside it because I really want the tank beside it to be nice and planted and bushy. And it's already got heaps of these plants, so I may as well give it more. Except they keep getting uprooted, which is really annoying. Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of talking in the background today. Sorry about that, guys. Can't do much about it. Also quite a fair bit of Java fern. And I don't know where I want to put this. Like this big bunch. I might just put it in here for now. Let me show you this one because it's looking very planted and beautiful. I did record a video on making this. This is my Wellstrode tank, but I lost a lot of footage, so that may never come out, but it might. It probably won't. You would have seen the 10-minute fish gazing video on this tank though, which has Rosie in it. There's Rosie. Down the bottom there. Yeah, that's not planting. Okay, that's annoying. The problem with this tank is it's really hard to get them rooted because there's only a thin layer of rocks before you get to dirt. And they just never seem to have enough weight. But that's how that tank's going. Now back to this monster. The way this is hooked up, I need to drain the water before I get the filter out, just because it's... I'll show you, hang on. So, in order to get the filter out, I need to thread the cord through, but there's not enough like space to avoid getting it wet, so I'm going to drain this first. Funny story, I actually prefer the tanks in my bedroom for showing people. They're just a lot more like wow factor and easier to see, but my room is an absolute mess right now and I don't want Nan to see that. So I hope Dad doesn't show it yet. I said, I'm going to create a false bottom in this tank. So what that means, I'm going to take these off because they no longer apply. These are my little stickers to let my fish sitter know what's going on. What that means is there's a there's a drainage layer basically. So usually it's a layer of stones, and you cap it off with like some sort of sheeting that has little holes in it that the water can drain in, but it's not like you're not gonna get dirt mixing with it. Some people put charcoal in there to make sure there's less algae and stuff and keep it clean. Others won't. I think I might put charcoal in here this time, just because I have it on hand because fish tanks. So you have the gravel, you have some sort of sheeting, and then you have the dirt and plants and all that sort of stuff. So an easy way to make the plastic sheeting is you just grab one of those, I'll just show you. So what you do is you grab one of these like Ziploc bags or any sort of like plastic that's a bit harder. And for this I'm going to open it up. So I'm going to cut off this side. You want to cut it to the size of your tank or glass or whatever. And I'm going to cut this one. Oops, oh well, that'll do. And this one, so that it opens up like so. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take either a knife or a pen or pin, anything like that, and you're just going to, the pen's actually working really well, so I'm just going to poke some holes in. I mean, it doesn't have to be too perfect. All you're doing is giving the water somewhere to drain to, but you're still restricting it so that the dirt will still have moisture in it. Now usually you cut this to size before doing this, but I'm just because it's easier to grab onto more plastic, I'm going to poke some holes first and then work out the size. Alright, now I'm going to cut this to size because this is going to take too long. So I'm just going to lay this over this. Just has to be a rough shape, but if it's not perfect you'll see the plastic on the glass, so just be aware. Ooh, it's ripping a bit. Yes, it would be easier to mark this out with a texter and then do it, but I like to live dangerously. So that's pretty close. That'll work well. So, now to continue poking holes. Now, this is just going to go in here. And see, that's pretty flush with the tank. despite doing a very rough job. And that's what we want. You might be wondering, why the change of scenery? Well, 3 reasons. 1, everyone's using the vacuum. 2, everyone's being really loud inside. And 3, it's actually quite nice out here. So, what are we up to now? So, now that we've got the plastic in and the gravel in, we've got the beginnings of a false bottom, and I'm going to chuck some charcoal in. So what the charcoal is going to do is basically keep everything a little bit more pure. From memory, it basically just gets rid of a lot of bacteria. I think that's about it. I don't think it really helps with algae or anything like that, but it's still alright to put in. You don't have to put it in, but I think it works pretty well. So I'm just using some regular charcoal from the pet store that I use for my fish, and that'll do the job. So now it's time to put some dirt in. This shovel is really weird, but it works really well. I'm not really using a particular brand or anything of potting mix, it's just regular potting mix. I am using this particular bag though, because the other bag has a spider in it, which I discovered the other day, and I don't want to disturb it. He was big. It's nothing special, but I am going to put a little bit more dirt at the back because it just adds a bit of depth and it looks a bit nicer sometimes. Now because I'm using plants in this one and not just moss, I need to make sure that there's a decent amount of depth to the dirt so that they've got room to grow. Alrighty, let's talk about plants. So, all of these I picked up from my local hardware store. I don't know a lot of these names, but bear with me. This one I've had for a while. It's ice cap something. This is a bit of a climbing plant, so I'm going to put this around the back somewhere. This actually came from a bigger plant, so we'll see how it goes. I've got some Java moss from my aquarium, which has actually been growing mostly immersed, so hopefully it'll do alright here. I've got some random moss from the garden. I've got a lot of syngoniums. So I've got these 3 here. This pink one I've had for a little while now, so hopefully it'll do well in its new home. But these 2 I picked up the other day. And these are all like $5 each, so they're not too expensive if you want to do something like this. I also picked up 2 ferns. I have no idea what this one is. Please let me know in the comments if you do know. But this one is Eminia. Never heard of it before, but it looks really cool. It's got some curly leaves going on. Should be a bit of fun. But before we get onto the plants, we have to work on the hardscape. Now, I'm not fantastic at hardscaping. We'll see how this goes. This is just offcuts from the garden. They do have some wildlife living in them. There's a couple of centipedes, but I'm actually going to leave them in there because, well, they'd probably be good for the soil. So this is something I worked out just before I started filming this, while everyone was talking and using vacuums. Let's just have a look. I think that looks kind of nice. Sort of what I'm going for. So now we can use plants. So, alrighty. Don't know where to start. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these out. I'm going to put them just here. Ferns and mosses, just separate them into different types. And I'm just going to take a look at this. So I want to have this syngonium in the back somewhere because it's nice and tall, nice and colourful. It'll add just a little pop. So I'm going to break that out to make a little indent here. I'm going to reuse most of this soil. Wow, look at that. It has quite a fair bit of roots on it, so that's just going to pop in here. Cover that up. Alright, first one done. Now what? I might move that over a little bit actually, just in that corner there I think. Yeah. Alright, this one I also want to have around the back somewhere I think. It's quite bushy. I've got a feeling it gets a little bit bigger than the others. It may not, I might be wrong, but I've got a feeling it does. So I'm just going to push some dirt back here and drop it in there. This is really hard for me because I usually just work on these from the front and having to go to the back is a little confusing. Alright, that looks alright, but I'm actually going to bring it forward a bit because I think the long stem syngoniums are going to look better back there. So I'm actually going to put him here. Okay. So, based on what I just said about the syngoniums, I'm going to put this one in the... Oh, actually... Yeah, so I'm going to put this one just here. Yeah, so I'm going to put this one here with the other. Because they got the same sort of leaf texture. I'm sort of just breaking the dirt off as well as I put them in, just so their roots can expand a bit better, or at least I think they will. Alright, so, well this fern here, I think I want to put just here by the sticks. Have it a bit more in the foreground. Look, I'm only using smart words. Just have it sort of coming out of the sticks a bit. So this last syngonium will also go in the... See, I'm conflicted because I kind of want this ice cap thing in the background. But now I'm thinking it would look alright somewhere there. Yeah, I think it will. So I'll put this one in first. But I was going to have it on the back wall, but I think it's going to look nicer just wrapping around these a bit. So let's... And this will actually attach to them. So now let's put the last syngonium. It's a syngonium hybrid, but syngonium Roxana. Right. She's got kind of a cool leaf shape if you have a look at it. I don't know, a bit different than the other ones. And I'm going to put that just in that back corner there. Ooh. These ones are very moist. Lots of water in them. I don't think I watered them either, so this is all from good old Bunnings keeping care of their plants. Alright, so now that we've got these plants in, you can't actually see it very well, so what I'm going to do is hold this up. That's what we've got going on. Blending in with the background a bit, which is unfortunate. So now we've got those in, I'm going to put the moss in. Now this is just going to go on the dirt basically. I'm not sure about this jar of moss. I know I can attach it to some of these, but we'll see how we go because I know it does like to grab onto things, but I'm not sure how well it'll do in a terrarium environment. I haven't really tried it before. Tried it a little bit, but not to this scale. Like I've tried it on like a riverbank sort of terrarium, but not this sort of thing. So I'm just spreading it out a little bit, putting it in, and hopefully it'll take off. I think it's nice to use a couple of different types of moss. I don't really have a lot of access to it, especially in the summer, because most of the moss around here is dead at the moment, but there is a couple of pieces, like, well, besides my aquariums, there's a couple of pieces in between the grass that we can find, but yeah, there's a couple of pieces in between the grass that I can find, but that's about it. Usually we have a really big supply and there's just not enough. But that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. So I'm going to give that a water. Just a quick spray down. Haven't got any mosses at the back. Hoping the plants will fill that in enough that I won't have to worry about that. Now I'm going to take this back inside. I'm not sure where I put it is going to, I'm not sure if where I'm going to put it is going to be the permanent spot, but we'll see how it goes. I reckon it turned out really cool. I'm actually really excited about this one, it looks awesome. It'll be interesting to see how it actually grows into this setup, because like, I know a little bit about plants but not a whole lot, so some of these might get too big, they might get swapped out. Some of the mosses might die back, I might need to replace them. We'll see how this goes. I think it's going to be really cool. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you really enjoyed it, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. So that's it from the aquarium to terrarium build. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Bye.